Warning, if you are a recovering alcoholic, don't listen to this song. It might make you relapse.
Is this supposed to be a dig at me?
That was a direct shot at you. Yes.
Bro, that's just like unfair. This is, that I'm approaching my 2-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Of sobriety.
And I'm counting down. I'm going to be having 2 hands filled with a cocktail and a beer in about 2 hours. So
yeah, if we take the tail off of that,
I'm wearing a Pabst Blue Ribbon hat.
All right, what are we reacting to?
Today we're listening to Toby Keith, I Love This Bar. Have you ever heard this song?
Neither one of us have heard this song, so we're going to give it a listen.
Well, that's a lie. I've heard this song.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know it that well.
Neither one of me has heard the song.
This is like a song my family loves. Like, a lot of my family, they're country folk, from down south and such.
Okay.
And they're drinkers. And this is like an anthem when they're out on the boat or out doing, white trash stuff.
Nice. When they're on the quad, just ripping.
So I've heard this song many times, and it's a fun song, but I've never listened to it in entirety, never seen the video. But first, introductions. I'm Paper Chase.
And I'm the one and only Diamond Don Juan, and we're back with another reaction just for you.
So crack a crispy cold one, put your feet up, and without further ado,
let's dive right in.
I told you to sell. Who do you think you are anyway? Yeah, you're fired. You were fired yesterday. Yeah, whatever. Hey, can I get a beer over here? Hey guys, I'm sorry. All right, let's not do this, all right?
We got winners, we got losers, chain smokers and boozers, and we got yuppies, we got bikers, we've got thirsty hitchhikers, and the girls next door dress up like movie stars. I love this bar. We got cowboys, we got truckers, broken-hearted fools and suckers, and we got hustlers, we got fighters, early birds and all-nighters, and the veterans talk about their battle scars. I love this bar. I love this bar. It's my kind of place. Just walking through the front door puts a big smile on my face. It ain't too far. Come as you are.
Oh, I love this song, dude. Honestly, like low-key, I love this song. I love the vibe. It brings back so many memories.
Yeah, this definitely is bringing back memories. There's a bar in the Springs called Tony's, and I've told the story about breaking beer bottles over my head, a couple times, and, all that nonsense, got a scar from it. So the dude, my friend Cody, that I was breaking bottles, over my head with, and his head, and each other's head, I met him at a bar like this.
Okay.
I had a girl that I was dating that worked at a bar. And so, she'd hook us up with drinks, let us stay late, all that good stuff. One night I was in there and I'm walking by this table and this guy's there, Cody, with his friend, and they're just kind of giving me dirty looks. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Why are these guys staring at me? I don't know them, so I keep walking by and they keep just fucking staring at me. And finally I'm just like, okay, I've had enough. So I just make a beeline. I'm like, dude, what is wrong? Like every time I walk by, you guys give me the dirty look. Like, what did I do? Did you know me from somewhere? And this dude, Adam, he's just like, well, you keep walking by with the shit-eating grin on your face. And I'm like, a guy can't fucking walk by without a smile on his face? The fuck is wrong with you? And then so we start going back and forth. And he's just like, yeah, you just got this dumb fucking smile on your face. You know, drunk guys in a bar. So I sit there and I was like, here's the deal, guys. Obviously, you got a problem with me. For what reason? I don't fucking know. But I'm going to sit down and we're going to have a picture. And if you still think that, you know, I'm an asshole, by the end of this conversation, you guys could take me outside and beat me up. So we get blackout drunk. I don't even remember how the night ends. I don't. But like a couple weeks later, I'm at the laundromat just sitting out there and I just hear, hey, Simone. I'm like, what the fuck? Hey, Simone. I'm like, what the fuck? Over here. I see this guy waving. He's like, it's me, Cody. I'm like, who the fuck is Cody? He's like, the other night from Tony's. And I'm like, oh yeah, Cody. He's like, come over. You want to have a beer? So that was the same apartment that I end up, you know, breaking bottles over my head.
Oh, that's awesome.
He ended up being like one of my best friends for like years, just hanging out every night, you know, picking up girls, just being wild. And it was just in a bar like this, you know, one of those random encounters.
I love that.
I've seen short skirts. We've got high techs, blue collared boys and rednecks, and we got lovers, lots of lookers. And I've even seen dancing girls and hookers. And we like to drink our beer from a mason jar.
This fucking guy.
I love this bar. Yes, I do.
You're kind of gal.
That's the guy. He was dancing with her.
I like my truck. I like my girlfriend. I like to take her out to dinner. I like a movie now and then. But I love this bar. My kind of place. Just trolling around the dance floor. Puts a big smile on my face. No cover charge. Come as you are. I love this bar. I just love this old bar.
Oh man. Get me. Okay, so this brings back a lot of memories, man, because we all have had that bar. You know, I used to work at one, and it's just like all these characters that,
Yeah.
you know, come through. They, you know, you see them every single day. They die eventually of liver failure or whatever it might be. But, you know, you get these, it's just this camaraderie, you know, and I don't have a bar like this anymore because, I mean, I drink, and I was joking at the beginning of the video, but I'm not nearly what I used to be drink wise. But like, you know, I went down to Florida recently, and there's this bar called Breakaways that my sister and her husband go to like every day.
Yeah.
And bro, when I say it was like the epitome of this bar, like it's like exactly like this bar.
Yeah.
And even like with the cage blocking the band
Okay.
when they're performing, everything like,
Oh
and
my
it's,
God.
and man, I remember going there and like I came into town and right away, like they're like, hey, mom's going to watch all of our kids. We cannot wait to take you to this bar.
Yeah.
And they took me, and dude, it was like, they introduced me to probably 100 people that all know each other. Like
I know exactly what you're talking about because it's true. It's like there's a mixed bag. That's what Tony was like. You know, I was in my 20s at the time when all this was going on, like early 20s. But there was a couple there that was like, you know, mid 40s, a husband and wife that would be there all the time. And, you know, we would just hang out and just laugh and talk shit like all the time. And then you had, you know, this random, you know, dude that was like, you know, an electrician or working on the oil rig, and then another guy that's just like just totally random people that in almost any other environment like would not hang out.
Exactly. Yeah.
But the bar just creates that, vibe where all these different people, we're all united by our alcoholism, and had some great times.
And absolutely, that's the perfect way to say it. And like when they're going into the beginning of the song, he's like, "We got winners, we got losers, we got chain smokers and boozers," and it's like just all these different people just coming together, playing pool, listening to the music, taking shots. Like, it's so funny because I met so many different people that night, and this wasn't too long ago. That's why this story is so relevant to me. But I remember like meeting like this lady who's just like was psycho, like old, and like meeting like this dude who like is like so into hip hop. This other dude who's like rich as fuck, and I just remember like having long conversations with all of them, and they all mentioned this one story to me about how Tito Ortiz comes in here once in a while and
so funny.
Plays pool with them, and they all had to mention it to me. So it's like, even though
is
they're
that in
all
Cape
different,
Coral?
Yeah, in Cape Coral. Apparently he lives down there.
Yeah, I ran into him at Ford's.
Okay, yeah.
He sat right next
Ford's
to me.
is great, by the way.
I know. I was like, "Yo, what's up, Tito?"
Yeah, that's funny, dude. Because Cape Coral's pretty small too. But like, and they all mentioned this to me, and I'm like,
"What was the bar that you went to?"
Breakaways.
I've been there. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
You know the bar, yeah. It's just like the perfect country little bar, and I mean it's pretty big, but like this just reminded me so much.
Yeah,
of that
you have a lot of
experience.
retirees down there, and like they're just that's their life. They don't they don't have a lot of responsibilities. They went down there to enjoy the wonder years. But yeah, there is definitely a mixed crowd. That's one of the fun things is talking to those people. I remember there was this old dude who'd always sit at the bar, and they always have, they're like, oh, he gets like 3 beers and then like a shot of, whiskey or whatever. And it's the old guy that's always at the bar that always has the same drinks. And you sit down, he's got some crazy stories.
Always, yeah.
Yeah, if you take the time to like go down and talk to them. Otherwise, a lot of times they'll just sit there and just mind their own business, not say a word to anybody else. But if you're a rabble rouser like, us, we'll go disturb them and get the backstory.
I used to bartend at a pretty big bar in Colorado, but I did like the day shift is when I bartended, and we would have like the same
you get
10 to 15 dudes that would come in on rotation, and some of them were there every single day, and it's like you knew like they had like right when they walked in, you pop them their bottle. That's what they liked. And then after their second beer, you'd give them a shot with it. And then after their third beer, they would need to get some food in them. And then it's like, you have this.
The usual.
And they do the same. And if they're not
it's like
there,
a ritual.
Yeah, if you're not there, you're like texting the other guys like, hey,
is he all right?
Have you seen Lou?
Yeah.
Because it's 11 o'clock and he's not here yet. And it's like, and then you'd cut him off and they'd go to a different bar. And, and it's like this whole, oh man, it's great times. Dude. Like there is a community behind like a bar that is, it is great. I mean, there's a lot of dark sadness that goes into some of these.
Yeah, there can be. I mean, that's the thing though. It's like, on one hand, it's like, hey, could I continue to live like that? And like you were saying, like, they get liver failure. Like the guy who owned Tony, literally had to get a liver transplant.
Yeah.
There's a harsh reality to it. And like I said, the couple, they were in their 40s or 50s drinking, every day, not good for you, But at the same time, like I had some of the like funniest, stupidest, craziest memories. Like I think I told you the story of, the girlfriend crawling through my window one time. And
Wait,
then
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay, that was the girl that worked at the bar. But basically, she would she would like crawl through my window because it was like, not that far away, like a half mile walking distance, right? And so she would just like walk to my house, and it was summer. I didn't have AC, so I just leave my window open. And so she would just crawl through the window because I was just like, first floor, windows right there. And literally like my bed was like by the window. You could pretty much crawl into my bed from the window. So she, wakes me up in the middle of the night. First time it happens, like I freak out. I hear something, look, see a fucking head crawling through the window.
You're like, what the hell?
I almost kicked her. I kicked the fucking wall because I went like that. And then she's like, hi, honey. And I was like, oh my God, last second, boom, kick a hole in the drywall. I was like, I almost fucking booted your off. And then like a couple of weeks later, she does it again, wakes me up, freaks out. Second time, I'm like, oh, it's just Latanya, like whatever, no big deal. Third time, I'm like, what the hell is that? I'm like looking, I'm like calling her name. She doesn't respond.
Latanya.
I hear this rustling. I go back to bed. I hear the rustling again. I walk outside because I'm like, oh my God, where is she? Like, I hear her back there. It's got to be her. Go back to bed, hear it again. And I'm like, oh my God, is she like drunk and like passed out, like on the side of the house? I'm like freaking out looking for her. I lay down and I see a little head crawl through the window. And I'm like, just get in here, you fucking freak. The fuck are you doing?
Wait, I'm still stuck on her name was Latanya.
Yes, she's just a white girl named Latanya. And so then
Plot
I
twist.
see these two beady little eyes, and I'm like, that's not Latanya. What the fuck is that? I'm like, is that my sleep paralysis demon? So I like get up, I look, my eyes focus, and it's a fucking raccoon on the corner of my bed, and it sees me, and it like stands up on his hindquarters, and I swear to God, look this up, raccoon growling, and it starts going, and then it goes down, and I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna rip my eyeballs out. Because I had my grandma's dog got attacked by
Raccoons are terrifying.
yes, and it like ripped its face up, ripped one of its eyes out, like literally. So I was like, it's gonna rip my face off. So I'm like ready to fight this raccoon. It stands up again and goes, ah, ah, ah. And then it like crawls out the window. And the noise I was hearing, there was a bunch of raccoons back there because my roommates were degenerate and our trash bill got cut off. So there was just piles of trash. So the raccoon, like, does its little thing, gives the signal, and all of a sudden, like 10 raccoons crawl out of all these little piles of trash. We had a chain link fence, and I will never forget. They like crawl up the chain link fence, like straight up, then just dipped over and crawled straight down, like 10 or 12 of them, and just took off. And so like the whole time when I heard the rustling, when I thought it was my girlfriend, it was the raccoons digging around in the trash.
Raccoon, girlfriend, potato, patata.
Yeah,
hey, whatever. But
well, that took a weird turn, but hey, it just reminded me of that bar and the drunken nights and the 4 a.m. booty calls from girlfriends and raccoons.
Here's one more question. Do you have any experience with country bars?
Yeah, I worked in Montana.
Okay.
So there was like a bar that I would go there, like in Bozeman.
Country bars are fun, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Country bars are like the best, but awesome. Hey, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you had a good time, drop a like. And if you want to join us on this fun journey of just visiting these songs and our epic tales, make sure you drop a subscribe. Hit that subscribe.
That's right. Hit it with the like, hit it with the sub. Apologize for the rants and the ravings of a madman. But hey, you could go get a normal, boring reaction anywhere else. You're not going to get that here.
That's right. No, you're not.
So thanks for tapping in. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.